The college I attend is feeling like a cage, man. With writer's block, feeling like I've got a caged hand. Admire thoughts, knowing that I've got a made plan. Still can't assure myself, I'm like a caveman. Ever since I was little, I've been a loner. In a cloud of smoke, smarter than your average stoner. Live without regrets as I look at how I've grown up. But staring at the crowd, glad that everybody showed up. I'm pretty quick, even though I've never run from shh. My city's always on my mind, epitome of legit. I am the sword used to sever ties into better lives. Reckon I'm here to help you recognize. Open up your eyes and open up your ears. Dismissing other vibes, don't take it from your peers. I'm liable to turn where you're standing till you're landing. Johnny Versus, your friendly neighborhood vigilante.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Hip Hop Shop. My name is Jude here with the fellas, John Payan and the Politix.
That's right.
I got it. Yes.
I got it right here.
We've just been hanging out, chilling, cruising, relaxing in here with these guys, and they were telling me a little bit about some shows they got coming up. Why don't you fellas elaborate on that real quick?
Well, next Thursday, I believe, is the 11th? 10th?
Let's check that real
at
quick.
Patio Jams. We'll be playing right here at UM.
No doubt. So you know where to find that, people. The UC Patio. I think it's actually every other Thursday that they do, not every Thursday. And this time we're going to have you guys there. That's going to be sick.
That's right, yeah. We're stoked to do it. We're looking forward to it. I know that March 11th, we will be playing right here at the Rat. So we got a couple UM shows coming up. I hope everyone comes out. They can make it.
Grab a picture.
We're also going to be dropping the EP by the end of February. Also expect the album release party end of February also at Grand Central. So everyone,
What's
keep your ears open for that.
Tell me, like, what are some of your influences? Like, where do you find your sound? Because, John, you're bringing a certain sound that I think it's like a very, it's like a strong lyrical voice. Like, like it's you can sense some confidence behind it. Meanwhile, these guys are like very intricate because you got turntables, you got bass, you got guitar, you got piano, you got all that coming together, and not just like noise, but organized. So how do you guys come up with that sound?
Well, I mean, what I think is so cool about the group is that I'm born and raised right here in Miami.
Nice.
Everyone else except for I know Aaron, you from Miami also?
I've lived here for a while, but I'm not born here.
Where were you born?
Indiana.
I know that Nick, Pat, and Jason are all from different cities. And we all have different influences. We all have different backgrounds. So asking us, how we would classify the music is hard. We're gonna have 5 different answers. But I mean, it's just a way and an opportunity for us to put all of our favorites, into one, and that's the sound that we've come up with.
Nice. So it's you guys all come from like different regions of the country. Is that what the deal is?
We got a region in common. me being Pat and Nick next to me. We're both from like the Chicago area.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think the thing that's interesting about this band is that the fact that we come from all cities that have a lot of musical history. Like I'm from Philadelphia. They're from Chicago.
Yeah. So I was gonna say Chicago's a lot of musical history.
I mean,
so is Philly, absolutely.
just like when I was going to high school, I got into a lot of hip hop. I got into a lot of jazz because I was constantly going in to Philadelphia to see the music, And you got Jill Scott there. We have the Roots. We have so many people.
RJ lives there.
We have so many and jazz musicians too. So like, we're also we all listen to hip hop. We all listen to the more, we're up with the mainstream music, but we also listen to a lot of jazz music, and that's kind of what educates our harmonic and rhythmic palette that we use. So it's like, it's a combination of so many different elements, so that's where we kind of get our sound. We draw from a lot of just different genres, And you kind of have to now because we have so much technology, so much access to everything,
Absolutely.
So,
Nowadays, you're seeing a lot more, especially I think in like hip hop, you see a lot more different genres of music coming together to make something new.
And that's what's so cool about music right now is that all these genres are coming together and creating new avenues, So, and we're trying to make our own avenue. We're trying to make our own pathway. So, that's kind of the concept behind the band. And what we're trying to do with the music, so.
No doubt, cool, man.
A lot of what kind of makes it tick too is just that everyone's got their own sort of thing that they can add into the mix. So I might come in with some kind of idea that I want to use, but it's not totally good for the group, but it's a good idea, and so one person says, oh, well, we can change, this maybe just arrangement things in terms of we'll have this instrument play it, or mix it around a little bit, and everybody kind of puts their 2 cents in, and it can end up being a lot different. And I think it really helps that an idea kind of gets filtered through all these different, all these different perspectives, and it kind of comes out to a good sound that's informed by a bunch of different musicians, different backgrounds from all over, and it has, a good appeal. We get some final say from John, and Chris is always around too, helping out, just giving us opinions on what they like and what maybe they don't like so much.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I think for me, like, the thing that makes this group so great to play in is that, when we all started this thing, there was no one individually is trying to kind of take charge, I guess, whether it's in rehearsal or we were all about the project and trying to back John and make him sound as great as possible. And the personalities, like working with these guys is totally awesome. John's been in tons of other bands, and I've been in other bands in this city, and we've all played, the club date thing 3 nights a week, like, Lincoln and Washington Ave, and it's hard, and like if you don't really love the people, love the cats you're playing with, it's just not the sound that will be reflected, in your music.
Absolutely.
I think, this is a special experience for me because me and Chris and John have been having this vision for so long, to make this happen.
Definitely, for a long time.
Because this guy is so talented. I mean, I just needed the right guys to make this happen, and so these are them.
I like that. Yeah, I think you really have to be open to all sorts of changes and ways to clay and manipulate your music, especially where hip hop's going now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
I completely
I'm
agree.
glad you guys are up for that.
I think
My
idols, I guess, have always been not so much the MCs, but like the Pete Rocks, the DJ Premiers,
Nice.
the
Nice.
Ali Shaheed
Some of the
Muhammad's,
Some of the best.
And so, I guess maybe that's where I've got my perspective on like tessellating parts so that nothing, everything finds its niche, and that's what hip hop production's about. And we're kind of.
If I can say one more, can I say one more?
Yeah,
thing?
dude.
Yeah. I think another thing that makes this group work is that we have a whole team behind us, and it's called Archetype. Right.
Yeah.
And Chris and Aaron are like the guys who started this, and you guys can check out the website wearethearchetype.com, and basically it's like a team of it's a organization that promotes artists, and that's like our backup. That's what Chris does. He helps us out with that stuff, and that's what makes his music even stronger. They handle all the stuff that we don't necessarily want to handle, like the gigs and stuff like that, and all the management stuff. Like that kind of gives us more of a clear head, to make real music.
Just do what we're best at.
Because artists now, we all have to be able to do everything ourselves, but it's nice to have a team behind us.
Absolutely.
And
speaking of that team, let's give a shout out to Nick Custafano,
Andrew Johnson,
Nick Katz, Everett Laidlaw, and everybody else that has been part of the Archetype family over the past years that we've been around. So we're thearchetype.com. Make sure you check it out.
It's more than music, it's a movement.
Absolutely, man. I really appreciate you saying that. Actually, we say that a lot at this show.